It's the worst of the week.
We sound like dopes when we make bad jokes and commit misquotes.
It's the worst of the week.
It's amazing we get paid to speak, so let's start the countdown.
It's the worst of the week.
That was a pretty clean week this week. We didn't have a lot of flubs going on, and I thought we started off with a lot of potential, but it really didn't seem to take off too much.
All right, that's good. Getting better every day.
Yes. So we had the one. Denny's, where's the one clip that we got to play? Oh, okay. So all the way down here at the bottom. Okay, look at that. See, it doesn't even stand out because it's just one little solitary clip all by itself. Do you have any idea what this clip might be, Jay Bird? Do you remember? I think you even called it where you said it was probably going to make it.
Yes, I do remember because we put it on social media for more mockery.
Yes, we did. Yeah. More shame.
Yeah. I forget. I know it's me.
Going through lottery numbers.
I picked the wrong. Yeah, it's me.
It's good, though. We only got one this week. This is it, baby.
Can you give me one more shot at the title here?
Yes.
Because the number 41 is on top of Ralston's head, just doing the lambada, just dancing.
Are you looking at the Powerball numbers from last night? Because that hit.
44 did?
What did you just say?
You said 41.
41.
Oh, my gosh.
That was,
if you're trying to get
visions
messages.
are so powerful, right? I mean, they're just so powerful.
I'm getting 200 messages at one time, Kevin. I can't keep my numbers straight.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not good with numbers or talking or memory.
That was good. That was a fun little clip.
That's all we had? I know we had more.
You know what? Some of them get a little ticky-tack.
I hear you. Almost kind of nitpicking a little bit.
Yeah, I don't, I mean, because you're gonna have some of those naturals that just do it. I like the ones that a little bit more of a chuckle, and that was the one that made me laugh this week.
I swear Virginia had one. Oh, yes, she did. The Japan microwave one. That was next level.
Yeah.
That went on for 2 days.
That was. I think probably the only thing with that is that just you'd have to replay the whole segment because she went so into that. And if you missed all that conversation that happened, because I think part of it happened on the after the show. In fact, it was on the after the show. And if you don't listen to that, there was one of our listeners in Japan named Gunther was challenging Virginia, where she said she had seen a special on CBS Early Morning, and they were talking about how the Japanese don't use microwaves because they respect the food. They believe in doing the slow cooking to really keep in the nutrients. Now, Virginia's got some hang up about microwaves, and she was giving out some questionable information saying about how if you stand near a microwave, you're going to get cancer. And I kind of refuted that a little bit and pushed back. And then Gunther really pushed back and said, I live in Japan, and our kitchens are very small here, so a majority of us not only have but use microwaves like crazy, and they don't demonize plastics like Americans do. In fact, a lot of times they just leave the film right on the food as they cook it.
See, what happened
in
was
the microwave.
She changed her argument. It started off with high-end food in Japan,
right,
which then translated into...
And I told her that. I said that makes sense because I don't think a lot of high-end restaurants in America are using microwaves to prepare, so that does make sense.
But it went from high-end food to everyone in Japan doesn't use a microwave, and then Gunther goes, that's not true, and then it turned into
then we were talking about the nutrients, and we found out that just because you put it in the microwave doesn't mean it zaps all the nutrients. In fact, sometimes it actually keeps it in more. So it was a lot. But the amazing thing about Virginia, she doesn't double down, she triples down, and then she keeps on going.
Well, what sucks is that I start getting emails about how wrong she is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I know.
And then the crazy thing about it, how it wrapped up, people even saw the piece that she was talking about, CBS This Morning, was saying, I saw the same piece, and they didn't say anything about the microwaves. That wasn't even part of the special. They were just talking about food in Japan.
I am not even kidding when I say that I got the longest email about how someone watched that same special and they never mentioned microwave.
And she went way off on this dude Gunther and said some very despicable things about Gunther and was really going after him. And he then doubled down himself and came right back out and gave Virginia another email.
Gunther wasn't scared, and
No,
I
he
don't
wasn't.
think that's not the last we heard from Gunther. In fact, I think Gunther wants the fight.
Yeah, and I don't think he has anything else to say. I don't think anybody else does. But Virginia's walking away claiming the win on this one.
That's insane to
Which
me.
is, yeah. She's the only one I think that is really kind of seeing it the way she's seeing it.
So just because it was so long and dragged out, that's why it was not the worst of the week.
It doesn't fit within that segment. It's something because it would take 10 minutes to play that.
I mean, it was awful and it was bad.
Yes.
It was the worst.
It was actually the worst thing that happened this week on this, but it was very entertaining that she was so mad.
Oh, I backed off.
She was insulting me. She came after me. She was very mad.
I could tell conditions were right for a Hurricane Virginia, and
yeah.
I was dressed as a mime.
She was pissed.
And I knew that I only had so many words left in the tank before I got a nard shot.
Yeah, no, that girl was fired up. She was fired up, y'all.
I just let you two fight it out.
Yeah, well, I just, I didn't have to say much. She was just, she was defensive. So if you did miss that, you can go check it out. That's why I tell you the after the show. If you're not watching that, that's only available on digital channels. You can watch on YouTube, Spotify. You can go to the WRMF app. Everything is there easily. And all you have to do to get that, in fact, we try to make it easy for you to find these episodes. You go to the episode from July 31st, and it's easy to know which one it is because it's called Go F Yourself Gunther. And it's got Virginia flipping the bird on the thumbnail of that video, and it says ATS, so it's the after the show.
Dude, I mean, you're a radio man, and you know about the industry very well. Do most people get into drag-out fights with their listeners?
No, not to that level. That's why she's so great. That's why I love her on the radio. Yeah, it just because it went on a very long time.
I think she said some really unsavory things to Gunther.
Yeah. She even went after my hair. She got so mad. She was attacking me. Just everybody was in the way. So people are saying you got to play something for this. So we'll just do this for Virginia.
She's been incorrect all day long, so it's time for another round of Virginia is wrong. She's been wrong since the break of dawn, going on and on way too long. Oh, Virginia is wrong.
You can suck it.
The thumbnail you put on that episode is Virginia looking pissed and flicking off the camera. And it says, "Go F yourself, Gunther." That's the name of the episode.
That's what she said over and over again. So there you go. Check out that after the show episode. That actually is the worst of the week.
She really hates microwaves.
She does. Really hates them.